Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. I have some questions for you guys. So here are 7 questions that I came up with, and if you would please answer them for me. Now y'all know I would absolutely love a video response, and I know many of you have cams and have videos up, so there should be no excuse why you cannot make a video response. And then some of you don't get on cam at all, and that's understandable. So if you will write me a video response or write me a response, you know what I'm trying to say. Questions. I had a teacher back in the day when I was in high school, and he would explain the lesson, and then when he was done explaining the lesson, he would say, questions? Questions? Does anybody have questions? Oh, so let's get to the questions. What's your favorite TV show? A TV show that you're currently watching, not one from back in the day. My current favorite TV show is Forensic Files. I absolutely love Forensic Files, and I'm amazed at the technology. Next question. What kind of job or career do you have? And what do you like most and what do you like least about it? For me, I'm a 911 operator, 911 supervisor, and I've been on my job 19 years, and what I love most about it is being able to be that first responder in an emergency situation, being able to help people on the telephone, to give them excellent customer service, to calm their fears, to gather pertinent information even under the most difficult and stressful circumstances, and get that information to the dispatcher so they can get that information to the deputies so that the deputies can get to the caller quickly. So that's what I love most. It's a high adrenaline job. And I would say what I like least about it, there's not very much at all that I don't like about it, but I will say you can become a little cynical, you can become a little numb to certain things, you can become paranoid about certain things. Like I'm absolutely paranoid about car accidents, and I think that comes from working, and as a matter of fact, that kind of ties in and segues into what I was saying about being cynical and numb, because even today or yesterday when I was at work, there was a bad accident and 2 people were killed and a dog. And one of my coworkers was just boo-hooing about it because she had taken a lunch break and she had passed by and the guy was lying on the side of the road, the dead guy. And she came back boo-hooing about it, and so uncontrollably we're trying to find out what's wrong. And then she said, you know, she saw the guy laying on the side of the roadway and she thinks he's dead. And my coworker and I were thinking, we thought something happened to a family member or something, you know. And then I started thinking, maybe that's kind of cold to think like that, but I think that's how you become cynical or numb to those type situations, and you almost have to become numb or cynical. I won't say cynical, but you have to almost become numb to those type of situations because you probably couldn't handle being at a job like that year after year after year after year. So things like that happen, and sometimes you almost have to become numb to those situations. You know, there was a situation where a guy beheaded his wife and tried to decapitate his son. And we took those types of calls from neighbors calling, you know, reporting this horrific situation. And you almost have to learn to become numb to handle those type things. So I would say that's what I like least about the job is it causes you to become paranoid or numb or cynical. Anyways, are you related to, or have you ever met anyone that's famous? I have a few athletes in my family who have been athletes in the past, who made it to like NFL or whatever. But as far as actually meeting someone famous, now you guys probably don't have a clue who this is, but there's this guy named Tone Loc who was a rapper back in the day, and he's the one that did the song Wild Thing, dun, dun, and then he had some other song, I can't remember, but it was like maybe a 2-hit wonder. He had a couple of songs, but they were big back in the day. So anyways, I met him once at like a rest area, and he held my baby. He held Derica. So I wish I had the pictures. I have the pictures in her photo album somewhere, but I have a picture of Tone Loc holding Derica. So he's the most famous person that I ever met. But I'm always interested in wondering if other people have ever met anybody famous, because I haven't really met anybody famous. As you were going through difficult times in 2008, what was the one thought or message in your brain that kept you going, kept you encouraged? As for me, the one message that continued in my brain was, Deidre, you are so blessed. So regardless of what you're going through, regardless of the circumstances, there are so many people who are far worse off than you are. So just remember that you are so blessed. So that was the resounding message that was in my brain. What message was in your brain that kept you going and kept you encouraged throughout 2008 and brought you over into 2009? What do you look forward to most in 2009? What I look forward to most in 2009 is optimal health, financial blessings, and I look forward to being a blessing to other people. I absolutely love to give and to be a blessing to other people. What's the most interesting fact about your life? I would say the most interesting fact about me is that y'all know I played college basketball, but did you know that I played Division I basketball up until I was 5 months pregnant with Derica? Yep, so basketball was in my blood, and I transferred that basketball over into Derica. So that's why she's a baller. And then what's so ironic is I was looking through, I don't know, old records or whatever, and then I found out that while I was in college playing basketball, pregnant with Derica, we played a basketball game against the very school that she now attends. Now, what? Karma? It's amazing. And lastly, question number 7. Since discovering YouTube, what effect has YouTube had on your life? Positive and or negative. And I would say the positive is I knew that there were many wonderful people in this world, but I just didn't know how supportive and kind and wonderful people were until the discovery of YouTube. What I learned about YouTube that affected me negatively, I would say, basically the same thing, that I had never experienced such nastiness and ugliness. I have seen some of the, and not even so much directed towards me. I mean, I've only gotten like very minimal, but just reading other people's pages or other people's comments, just discover how nasty and mean that people can be anonymously. And I never knew. I don't know if I was just naive or sheltered. I did not know that there were people in this world, just even though they do it anonymously, and they probably would never say these things in your face, but I never even knew anonymously that people could be so nasty. Anyways, But those are your 7 questions. I'd like to hear from you. Please. All right, y'all be blessed.
When the road looks rough ahead.